Today is Tuesday, February 20th, and today I'm seriously wondering about the Rangers' approach to the offseason this year.
And now, a word from our title sponsor.
Are all financial advisors fiduciaries? Fewer than you think. Not knowing could reduce your lifestyle. Hi, I'm Mitch Kramer, founder and CEO of Fluent Financial. A fiduciary is a regulatory term to reduce conflicts of interest in wealth management. A fiduciary always works in your best interest. A non-fiduciary advisor might put their compensation or company ahead of yours. At Fluent Financial, we are certified financial planners acting as fiduciary advisors. To learn more, go to fluentfinancial.com or Fluent Financial's YouTube channel.
With seasonings, there seem to be so many, and then they just sit in your spice cabinet forever. That's not true of Goodness Steak Seasoning. I know the name steak suggests that it's very good on steak, which it is, but Goodness Steak Seasoning is so versatile. Use it on veggies, burgers, soups, even popcorn. Get it by going to the website bringthetasty.com. Goodness, this seasoning is good.
Hey y'all, Jason Velo here with Oh Hail Contractors. I've been in the business for a little over a decade, and one thing I really enjoy doing is serving people. I want to see things made new again, and I can help you through that process by making the insurance claims process understandable and almost easy, believe it or not. Also, I can give you great suggestions on the best roofing system and even ventilation for your home, which ultimately makes your shingle last a little bit longer, even in Texas. Who do you know that wants that level of service? So if you'd like some help with that, you can call me at 972-567-5766 or find me at ohhail.com, and that's OHHHAIL.com.
In their 53-year history, the Rangers have never been in this position before. Defending champions. That's why it seems a little odd to see their cautious approach this offseason. They've lost key starting pitcher Jordan Montgomery and really valuable catcher DH Mitch Garver. 3 veterans have disappeared from the bullpen, and no longer do they have Robbie Grossman, the spare outfielder, who was a very good player against left-hand pitching. The bullpen now, a couple of those arms have been replaced by David Robertson and Kirby Yates, and those are good signings. The holes left by Monty and Garver, though, it's going to be a little harder to replace. And there's no dependable left-hand pitcher in the bullpen for Texas. So why not go full bore this offseason? Why not just go for it again? And the answer to this question is the answer to questions of a lot of Americans have. The answer is money. Owner Ray Davis, the last 2 years, has spent a lot of money on shortstop Corey Seager, second baseman Marcus Semien, starting pitchers Nathan Eovaldi, John Gray, Andrew Heaney, and then there was the offseason signing of Jacob deGrom. After years of asking him to spend money, Mr. Davis did, and it produced a championship. But it also produced the Rangers being in luxury tax. That means they went over a certain level and thus must pay extra back to Major League Baseball to be distributed to the lower teams in the standings. Now, fans, they don't want to hear about money. They don't want to ever hear about money because for the fans, it's really easy to spend somebody else's money. But there's a kind of a unique situation here with Texas television package. Bally Sports is broke, and the Rangers' payment from Bally this year will be about $25 million less than they expected. And even worse, the Rangers don't have any idea about their 2025 TV package, though it is a little hard to imagine that a top-notch contender like Texas in the fourth or fifth biggest market in America wouldn't be able to get a pretty nice TV package. Jason Montgomery wants to be here. The club wants him here. But he wants a 4 or 5 year contract at perhaps $18 to $20 million a year. And without any assurance of the future TV dollars, Texas is leery of doing that. They're not sure they want to make any kind of commitment that long. I fully understand that idea. I think the fans should also. But Texas now is going into their defending the championship season with a starting rotation of Nathan Uvalde, John Gray, Andrew Heaney, Dane Dunning, and the rookie Corey Bradford. Max Scherzer that they traded for, Max Scherzer is going to keep him out until at least late June. Starting pitcher Tyler Mahle, yeah, they spent some money there. 2 years for $22 million. But he's gone through Tommy John surgery, and he's back maybe in July. And DeGrom in his massive contract, he's had his second Tommy John surgery, and he's back in August. I see 3 problems here. Number 1, what if any injuries occur to the starting pitchers in the first half of the season? The Texas rotation then drops significantly below the rotations of Seattle and Houston, their arch rivals in the West. And there's talk of, well, Texas in that situation could rely on one of their prospects. None of those pitching prospects pitched well enough last year in the minors to be regarded as some kind of possible replacement this season. Now, that could change, but right now, that's the reality. But the third and the biggest thing here is they're hoping for the return to health of all those veteran starting pitchers. And hope can be a very dicey strategy. Scherzer's the warhorse here. He had a stretch in his career of 10 straight seasons where he started at least 30 games. That's the gold standard in Major League Baseball. But Scherzer's only started 30 games this season once in the last 5 years. And he's going to miss half a season this year. And as for Mahle and DeGrom coming back from Tommy John surgery, that's dicey. And what are you going to get from them when they come back? You're going to start them out at 3 innings, 4 innings, and hope they ramp up without injury? Maybe this leaves Chris Young searching for starting pitching again at the trade deadline. The bullpen did add those 2 arms, but some good left-handers went off the market, including former Ranger Matt Moore, who signed a 1-year contract with the Angels for $9 million. Very affordable, very good pitcher. The Garver spot at DH. There's a lot of hope that last year's number 1 draft choice, Wyatt Langford, is going to fill that role. Langford was drafted by the Rangers in midsummer and tore through 3 levels of the minor leagues. But let me assure you this. Be very careful about assuming he's going to do that at a major league level right now. Last year at this time, Wyatt Langford was getting ready for Florida's baseball season. That's the University of Florida. Expecting he'll step in and be a major contributor, that's rather iffy also. Now, back to that age-old question in baseball. Will you show me the money? it's true the Rangers are going to get $25 million less from TV money this year from dead broke Bally Sports. But they're going to make that up and a lot more in other things. For instance, like the cost of seats. But even more importantly, the number of seats sold. The Rangers' attendance last year was just a touch over 2.5 million. It's not at all a stretch of the imagination to think that Texas could pass 3 million in attendance this year. And that means extra monies from concession, extra money from parking, and there's all that World Championship Rangers gear to be sold that's going off the shelves very quickly. There are suites that will sell more easily, and sponsorships. Already when you go out to the ballpark, you're going to see a giant Whataburger sign out there because they jumped in support of their Rangers. Besides, Ray Davis and his partner then, Bob Simpson, bought the Rangers for $593 million. Right now, they're worth an estimated $2.2 billion, and that figure's going up, as all figures always do for the price of franchises. Seattle has gotten better this offseason. Houston has gotten healthier this offseason. The Angels are going to be a lot better under the guidance of manager Ron Washington. We've seen what he can do with the team. Those are all the arch rivals of the Rangers in the West. But fans seem to be assuming, don't worry, even if we don't win the West, we're certain to finish one of the best 7 records in the American League and thus make it into the playoffs and go from there. Be just a tad careful here. You know what the old line from the Odd Couple TV show told us what happens when you assume. That statement from the Odd Couple was, you should never assume, because when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
Today's episode has been brought to you by Fluent Financial, by Oh Hell Roofing, and by Goodness Steak Seasoning.
Just Wondering is a production of DSP Media for FanStream Sports. You can find Norm's show along with other great programming at fanstreamsports.com.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Just Wondering. If you enjoyed it, please hit follow. Then each episode every weekday will be delivered straight to you. And if we might ask one more favor, please share it with friends. I'm Norm Hitzges, and every day I'll be just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitchkus, and I'm just wondering too.